Namaste, beautiful humans, and welcome back to another Meandering Yogi Riggers Review Edition. So in this video, I'm going to go over the Duxtop Induction Cooktop. Whew, what a mouthful. Say that about 3 or 4 times in a row. So look, if you are a camper, if you are a traveler, you spend time in Airbnbs and hotels and motels and those kind of things, maybe you sleep in your car, who knows, whatever the case may be. If you're around some power, you may even be just a homemaker and want to make some really good white gravy or something like that and have something that don't heat up the whole house. Well, let me tell you about the induction cooktop. That's what we're going to go over in this video. I'm going to make a pot of coffee on there while we're going over this video, and there's 7 most commonly asked questions that the manufacturer answered, not me. All right, so I'm going to give you their answers on the most 7 commonly asked questions about these units and do a little overview on it real quick and just tell you my my own review on it. I mean, I think they're great, I'll tell you that right now, but let's see why. Yeah, so hang in there, let's roll video. Alright gang, so here you go. This is it. Yeah? Small, nice. I mean, you can see this is my hand right here. Yeah? So it's not very big whatsoever. I think this one's like 11 inches. 11 by 14 by 2.5 thick, I believe. Thereabouts. So very small, very compact. It actually comes in a decent box with some styrofoam, and I always repack it back in the box when we travel. But let me go ahead and get started on this coffee. Now my wife and I, we love this Cafe Bustelo, and we travel with it. We take it everywhere we go, and we also take a couple of little pots with us everywhere we go. So, you know, it's just, you don't find that kind of stuff at the motel rooms. And what really got us into this is we started traveling here, you know, several years ago, and the first, I think it was 5 years ago, we went to Canada and stayed in an Airbnb on a farm, and they had remodeled it was a farmhouse, and it was on a cattle farm, and they had remodeled the house, done a really nice job on it, and they had an induction stove, and that was, I hadn't even heard of an induction stove, didn't even have a clue what it was, but I was really impressed with the way it worked and the fact that it didn't get hot, you know. It's just a really neat option. I don't want to get coffee all over the place here, so, but it actually works off of the magnetic circulation in there somehow, and it tells you there's a few things that you have to realize when you go to get one of these. Yeah, you have to have the right cookware. And it comes with a nice booklet, and I'll show you that here. The booklet it comes with, the user manual, and inside that book I'll go over some things with you. Let me go ahead and turn this on. So I'm going to power it on. Yeah, you got, now it's power's on. You can hear that fan running probably. That fan actually just keeps the components inside cool while it cooks. It does all the heating underneath. Yeah. So this cooktop actually doesn't even get hot. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my temperature up. Right now the heating on it, I want that all the way up to 10. Yeah. And then I'm going to come over here to my temperature, and I'm going to raise that temperature all the way up to 460. And that's it. I'm ready. It's going. But the key thing, one of the key things to go while this is cooking, I'll go over this manual with you. So you can see right here, at setting 1 on the temperature, you can go from 140 degrees all the way up to the highest setting, which is 10, which takes you up to 460 degrees. Now if you're on that, when you're using different power levels, okay, so however much power you want to put into that it'll either lengthen the time or shorten the time as far as your cooking goes. Yeah. So if your power level's on 1, you're using 200 watts. So that's something you want to use if you're going to simmer something and keep it warm and that kind of thing. And then the high one is 10, which is 1800 watts. So that's if you're wanting to, like I'm doing here, boiling water, yeah? So it also comes with a couple of quick cue cards, just to, you know, give you an idea. Here where it says power mode, boiling water, cooking sauce, heating milk, and it says the higher the power level, the faster your food will cook. So the highest power level would bring the water to a boil quickly and keep it boiling. And then the temperature mode is for deep frying, sauteing. The temp mode is ideal for frying, sauteing, and other cooking methods that require temperature control to avoid heating and burning. The temperatures given by the cooktop is measured under the glass, and it's a rough estimate of what the temperature of the food is that's being cooked. Yeah? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's Oh, it's already coming. So, what are the most commonly asked questions on here, yeah? What are induction cooktop advantages? That's the number one question. Well, to serious cooks, the most important advantage of the induction cooktop is that you can adjust the cooking heat instantly and with great precision. The induction cooktop uses a standard 110-120 volts of electric power and plugs into the standard household electrical outlet. Because Duxtop cooktops produce up to 1800 watts of power, they're almost 50% more powerful than gas stoves and heat up temperatures nearly twice as fast, as you can see, as an electric cooking element. Yet they do not require the high amperage of 220 volt power not commonly found in the household kitchens. And my coffee is already done. I wasn't expecting it that quick. Second question. Is induction cooking more efficient than gas? With an 83% energy efficiency, induction cooking is more efficient than both electric or gas. While gas burning cooktops are only 30 to 35% efficient and cost approximately $1.65 per hour to operate, an induction cooking top costs only 12 cents per hour. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off because my coffee is done. Now, the other question is how safe is induction cooking? Well, because there's no open flame or hot cooking element, which I'll put my hand right here, there's no hot cooking element. Now the pot's hot and the glass underneath the pot is going to be warm until I take the pot off, yeah? And once I've got that pot off for a while, let me just set that over here on the other stove. Once I've had that pot off here for just a minute, this will cool back down to where you can actually touch it, and you can hear that fan still running. The fan, even though I've turned it off, the fan will still run for a few minutes just to cool those electronics off before it actually shuts down. But the cooktop surface remains cool except for the heat transferred from the bottom of the cookware to the glass surface immediate below the cookware, which is what I just explained, yeah? And you can feel that's already cooling down where I can almost touch it. Alright, so what are the electrical power requirements? Well, a single burner induction unit, now you heard the fan kick off there. The single burner induction units, just like this one here, are designed for households that use in the US and are capable of operating efficiently on the 110 or 120 outlet like we have here. It's strongly recommended to dedicate an outlet for each individual unit when being used, since each unit will draw about 15 amps, the amperage of most common household electrical outlets. So basically what they're saying with that is you don't want to have 2 or 3 of these going off of one outlet. You only want one. Usually your home breakers are 15 amp or 20 amp, and generally that's about the average. Alright, so what types of cookware can you use? Well, the general rule of thumb is if a magnet sticks to it, it'll work with the Duxtop cooktop. Cookware made from cast iron, enameled steel or iron, or magnetic stainless steel work very well. And Duxtop offers a large selection of whole-clad tri-ply induction-ready premium cookware. Of course they do. But you don't need to go buy special cookware. You just need to make sure the cookware you want to use, basically the simple test is if you can put a magnet to the bottom of it, and I do mean the bottom of it because some cookware is designed specifically to work on both standard and induction stoves, so they will put an element of magnetized metal in the base of the pots or pans that you're buying. So the whole thing may not have may not be magnetized, so you want to stick that magnet to the very bottom of it, yeah? Now, how is induction cooking different than electric cooking? Well, induction units place the electrical energy directly into the cookware without using energy toward a heating element. Regular electric cooking elements use energy to heat the heating element, and then through the conduction, the heat is transferred to the cooking pan. Induction cooking is very fast and responsive to temperature control changing, making them even faster and more efficient than gas cooking. Resistance type heating elements are very inefficient and are slow to respond, and they're talking about your standard stove cooktop, power top. The 7th most asked question is it easy to use? Well, I think you just saw by how quickly I made that pot of coffee, which I'm not even bothering to pour yet because I don't want to slow down this video. But the rapid heating of the cookware makes all kinds of cooking fast and easy, especially when warming, sauteing, frying, boiling pasta. Cleaning a Duxtop Induction Cooktop unit is also easy. With no open flame or heating element, food does not burn. Well, the food doesn't burn on there, so you can just wipe off the cooktop surface and clean it with a damp towel. So what they're saying is you don't have that hot top like you have when you're on a regular standard stove. So they're very easy to clean. The glass top is very easy to clean. And for me, it's almost a have-to-have item for us because we travel. If we go on vacation, we have it with us. And anywhere you stop, you're not going to find something like this at a hotel or something. What the other place when we went to, I spent 2 years in India. And while I was in India, it's very hot there, especially like places like Chennai and Pondicherry and those places. It's just really, really hot. So something like this, you don't feel this. There's not a whole lot of heat coming off. There's no, there's nothing residual that hangs around in the air, and on the stove, it's not heating your whole room up like a regular standard cooktop was. But everywhere we went in India, they had these. And this is basically, this or gas is what they use. Generally, they would have both. A lot of places would have both, and you'd see that the gas was never used, and they'd end up using these just about everywhere we went. So anyway, that's about it for me, guys, girls, everybody. These things are lovely. They're very compact, easy, and nothing gets hot, you know what I mean? And that's it. You unplug it and you're on your way. Just a simple, really, really efficient piece of equipment to have and use if you do any kind of traveling, yeah? So listen, I do a bunch of reviews, a lot of them on tools, lawnmowers, things like that. I'm gonna ask, it's that time, if you happen to like this video, please hit that like button so it pushes it further and faster out there for other people to enjoy. And also, I do have other videos. I'll link those in the base below, and think about subscribing. I would very much appreciate it. That's it from me, gang. Much love and respect.